Om Shri Paramatmane Namah. May the Almighty bless you all with good luck, good health, happiness, and prosperity in your lives. Welcome to Pure Vedic Science and Research Center, dear friends. As we have explained in our earlier videos, that we have three different layers of body which we have to keep balanced and in tuned with the outer universe. First, to balance our internal these three bodies, we have we should follow certain principles in our lives, certain disciplines by which we can keep our all the three bodies well balanced and healthy. For keeping our physical body, the outermost body, healthy and balanced, we can do physical exercises. We can take a balanced, well nourished diet. We can take the help of Ayurvedic principles with the help of herbs and certain medicines, natural herbs. We can keep our physical body healthy and disease free by keeping the three doshas in control. The three doshas, which are the result of disbalance of the five nature's elements that makes our physical body, the earth, water, air, fire, and ether. So after the physical body, we come to the subconscious internal next layer of our body, which is also called the astral body. Now, this body is said to control all our internal energies and our emotions and our all psychological energies that form our internal strength. This body is the reason for our internal strength, in our internal psychological behaviors and all the other moments. According to the Vedic science, this subconscious or astral body is balanced by the seven energy centers in our body, which are called the seven chakras. There are seven energy centers which are said to be right along our spine, from the base of our spine till our top of our head. There are seven energy centers called the seven chakras. The bottommost chakra is the Mooladhara chakra. Then comes the Swadhisthana chakra. Then comes the Manipura chakra. Then comes the Anahata chakra. Then the Vishuddha chakra, and then the Ajna chakra, and then the Sahasradhara chakra. Now these different chakras, they are responsible for the different psychological behaviors in our nature and our body. To keep this subconscious body healthy, uh, we would be explaining some very easy, basic yogic pranayama techniques by which we can keep these chakras active and healthy and well balanced. We have brought very basic four types of pranayamas, which I will be showing you practically in the coming video. Right now I am trying to give just a brief introduction of what these chakras are and what these breathing pranayama techniques are and how they are effective in our lives. We would be starting with basic conscious breathing, which is kind of a warming up of these chakras and activating our internal body. After the conscious breathing, the first pranayama we would be doing would be the Kapalbhati pranayama. This pranayama is this pranayama makes our bottommost three chakras active and healthy and balanced. the Mooladhara, the Swatisthana, and the Manipura chakra. After this pranayama, we would be doing the Ujjaini pranayama, which is a pranayama which is very, very helpful in balancing and activating our the next two chakras, which is the Anahata and the Vishuddha chakra. After doing the Ujjaini pranayama, we would be doing the Brahmari pranayama, which is the pranayama which is very, very effective in keep making our Ajna and the Sahasradhara chakra activate and healthy. So we would be starting with this pranayamas, and in the end, after the Brahmari pranayama, we would be doing the Om sound. We would be doing the Om. We would be pronouncing the Om sound in the end to sorry, before doing the Om sound, we would be doing the fourth pranayama, which is the Anom Vilom pranayama. This pranayama, after doing the Brahmari pranayama, the Anom Vilom is the pranayama which energizes all the chakras from the base till the top of our head, and it also activates the Ida and the Pingala, the two nadis, the two main nadis which is going along our spine, and is responsible for our sun and our moon brain. Our brain is said to be divided into two parts: the sun brain, the hot energies, and the moon brain, the cool energies. So the hot and the cool energies balance out our nature and is responsible for the different psychological behaviors of our brain. When we do the Anom Vilom Pranayama, we in a way activate and try to balance the Ida and the Pingala Nadi. And when we do this successfully for a few minutes, it activates our Sukshma Nadi. The Sushma Nadi is the Nadi which, when gets activated, and especially after doing these pranayamas like Kapalbhati, Ujjaini, and Brahmari, when we activate the Sukshma Nadi, it gives us immense uh, mental bliss. It gives us immense mental positiveness, mental activeness, and it takes us to a stage when, if we go into a meditative state after that, the effects of that meditation is much more than when we try to sit in the meditation just like that. Going into the meditative state after doing all these pranayamas, and then doing the Anom Vilom pranayama, and then after that doing the long Om chanting, when we go into the meditative state, I would be showing you practically all this in the video today. If you will be following these techniques for a few days, the way we would be explaining you in the video, you will be seeing immense control on your emotions, on your subconscious body, and you would be feeling immense awareness improvement in your conscious level. Within a few days to a month or 2 months of following this basic pranayama techniques, after keeping yourself physically also a little bit healthy by the other yogic techniques we told just now, we can cleanse our subconscious body by these basic pranayamas. And if we cleanse our physical body with Ayurvedic detoxification and certain normal day exercises, then we are prepared to get the results of the other Vedic remedies to a very, very effective level. The other Vedic remedies that we do, the other Vedic remedies that are told in the Vedic scriptures, like the mantra sadhana, the yoga, the gems healing, and the Rudraksha healing, and also the Yagya science, all these other Vedic remedies, uh, the results of these other Vedic remedies also become 3 to 4 times on our physical and our subconscious body, because otherwise also these Vedic remedies like gems healing and Rudraksha healing and Yagya remedies and mantra sadhana or yantra sadhana, all these other Vedic remedies also affect our subconscious body, and our subconscious body absorbs these Vedic remedies, the effects of these Vedic remedies in a much, much better way if our subconscious body and our physical body both are well in tuned with each other and having a great good harmony amongst each other. Then these other remedies also gives us much better results. So as it has been our endeavor to provide our clients and everyone the most scientific ways of getting benefits from these Vedic remedies, this is also another effort of ours to try to guide people to cleanse and strengthen their subconscious body to be ready and get much, much more benefits of this other Vedic remedies that we are providing. So let's go ahead with the video. We sit in a simple cross-legged position, keeping our spine and our head straight. We start with deep conscious breathing, which is also called the yogic breathing. We inhale from our nose, a long inhale, and then we do a long exhale. While doing this kind of a conscious breathing, we should try to consciously breathe through our stomach. That means when we inhale, our stomach should bloat, all the air should accumulate into our stomach, and when we exhale, all the air should exit our stomach. Our stomach should become absolutely uh, squeezed inside when we exhale. We try to exhale as much air as possible. The ratio we can try to keep is the exhale should be almost the double the time of the inhale. Like if we are inhaling for around 3 to 4 seconds, then the exhale should be around 6 to 8 seconds. So consciously breathing, in a way, it warms up our all the chakras and fills our body with positive oxygen and energy. And then we start with the first pranayama called the Kapalbhati. In this pranayama, we have to forcibly push the air out from our nostrils with a jerk, and when we are pushing the air out from our nostrils, we at the same time are squeezing our stomach muscles inside. With the jerk, we are squeezing the stomach inside, and with that same jerk, we are forcing the air out through our nose. So As you can see, I am taking a kind of a jerk while exiting the air from my nose, and at the same time I am pulling my stomach back inside to forcibly pressurize the air outside my nose. So this kind of repetitions we can do around 20 to 30 repetitions in one set, and we can repeat this twice or thrice as many times as we feel comfortable. In this pranayama we don't have to think about inhaling the air. The body automatically inhales the air in the small breaks that we take while exhaling the air from our nose. Automatically the body inhales the air. Slowly, when we will practice this Kapalbhati pranayam, automatically our rhythm will get settled, and we would be able to do the maximum repetitions of pushing the air out through our nose and giving the jerk in our stomach. Now, this pranayama is very good for strengthening and balancing the base three chakras of our body, the Mooladhara, Swatisthana, and Manipura chakra. And along with that, this pranayama strengthens our digestive system, our intestines, detoxifies our body, releases in many diseases like constipation and indigestion and all. After doing this pranayama, the next pranayama we have to do is the Ujjaini pranayama. Now, in this Ujjaini pranayama, we have to inhale the air through our nose, but while inhaling the air, we have to restrict the inhalation through our throat muscles, which should take out this kind of a noise. So when we are trying to inhale from our nose and we are trying to restrict that inhalation through our throat muscles, this kind of a noise comes out from our throat, and we feel a kind of a vibration in our throat muscles. When we take a long inhale along with this vibration, after taking the long deep breath inside, we hold for a few seconds, and then we exhale in this Ujjaini pranayama with one nostril at a time. We inhale, then we close one nostril, then we go for a long exhale. But while exhaling, we don't have to restrict our throat muscles. We have to exhale in a very normal way. So we can do 10 to 15 of the repetitions of this Ujjaini pranayama, in which we inhale restricting our throat muscles and we exhale normally with one nostril at a time. This is a very good pranayama for strengthening our Anahata and Vishuddha chakra, the heart chakra and the throat chakra. This enhances our capabilities of communication, our memory, gives us good confidence levels, and keeps our mind and the body very much positive state. After doing this Ujjaini pranayama, the next pranayama we have to do is the Brahmari pranayama. Now, in Brahmari pranayama, we have to close our ears with our thumbs, and with our remaining four fingers we have to close our eyes, as you would be seeing just now. After we complete this Ujjaini pranayama, this Ujjaini pranayama is very good for strengthening our respiratory system also, and it also helps in curing a lot of diseases related to our throat and respiratory system and the thyroid gland. So if once we repeat a few repetitions of this Ujjaini pranayama, the next pranayama is the Brahmari pranayama. Now in between these pranayamas we can take a minute or a half minutes break, in which we breathe normally and we try to relax ourselves in between these pranayamas. So after doing the Ujjaini, we are taking a few minutes or a few seconds break by normal conscious breathing that we did in the beginning. After this, as you can see in the video, with our thumbs we close our ears, and with our remaining four fingers we close our eyes, and we totally close the hearing and the light and the visibility from our eyes and our ears, and we reach into a stage of total silence inside our head. At this time we have to exhale through the nose while taking out a humming noise. I'll show you how. This kind of a humming noise we try to take out from our throat muscles, and this gives a vibration inside our head. And when we are keeping our eyes and the ears closed with our fingers and the thumb, this vibration vibrates our brain nerves, brain muscles, and is a very very good pranayama for activating our Ajna chakra and Sahasradhara chakra. This pranayama is said to activate our pineal gland also, and is a pranayama which is very very effective for uh, improving our conscious level. After doing this Brahmari pranayama, we do the next pranayama which is called the Anom Vilom. Anom Vilom pranayama is the pranayama in which we with the thumb we close one nostril, take a long deep inhale from one nostril, then we change the nostril and exhale from the other nostril. A long deep exhale, and then from the nostril with which we exhale, from the same nostril we will inhale again, and then hold for a few seconds, then again change the nostril, and we will go for a deep exhalation of the air through the other nostril. This Anom Vilom Pranayama, again we have to keep in mind to breathe through our stomach. While inhaling, our stomach should feel full with the air. While exhaling, our stomach should be totally contracted, and all the air should exhale from our stomach. This Anom Vilom Pranayama is a very very beneficial pranayama for again strengthening all the seven chakras of our body, and along with that this activates and balances our Ida and the Pingala nadis of our body. The two most important nadis of our body, the Ida nadi and the Pingala nadi, which as I explained earlier, activates our Sukshma nadi. So this pranayama, after doing the Kapalabhati, Ujjaini and Brahmari, strengthens all the chakras of our body and activates our pineal gland. At this stage, our sun brain and the moon brain comes to an ultimate balanced stage, and internally we start feeling very very much positive, relaxed, and very very much blissful from inside. So after following all these pranayama steps, we do the Om chanting in the end. A very deep, long Om we chant. And after doing these pranayamas, when we chant this Om, within a few days of practicing this pranayama, you would be feeling that this Om chanting has started coming from your navel. The energy of this Om, the vibration of this Om will start coming out from your navel and will travel all through your spine, through all your chakras, and go and straight away hit your Sahasradhara chakra, and your will activate your pineal gland. So doing 2 to 3 repetitions of this Om, we come to an ultimate ultimate blissful stage. At this time, we try to meditate for a few minutes as much as we can, and then we relax. So this is a very beneficial pranayama techniques we taught today for activating all our chakras and balancing our subconscious body in a very perfect way. We all should follow this pranayama techniques in our daily lives. Thank you very much.